On the fourth planet of the Tau Ceti star system, three species forged an alliance on the edge of known space. The Droxy. Shell-armored titans of precision and honor, their actions are deliberate and unerring. The Ska'ari. Elegant, winged warriors and philosophers of the sky, born of starlight and song. And the humans. Wandering wild cards with wrenches in hand and hope in their hearts, who can pack bond with anything. Welcome to Horizon. A shining colony suspended between stars and possibility. Where spacefaring beasts drift free, friendships run deep, and is the last stop before unexplored space. Home to space fauna, colonial engineers, and an orbital construction fleet. This will be our shining new capital. Together, we built an alliance, and somehow, it actually worked. This is a story about all of the beautiful chaos in between. Welcome to the TriStar Alliance. Welcome to Horizon. And welcome to Feathers, Shells, and Wrenches by GenXJeff. Chapter 1. Part 1. Patio Lights. Horizon City glows under twin moons, one gold, one silver. Manatrams hum along cliffside tracks. Market calls blend with alien tongues of human standard, Ska'ari light chant, and Droxy block speak. Lanterns cover the cliffs, gardens clinging to stone, and the ocean mirroring the twin moons. The scent of roasted kelva root drifted from the kitchen vents and curled across the patio like an invitation. Lena Duran slouched on a balcony chair with her leg over the armrest, twirling a plasma wrench. 35, scuffed and scarred, she is Horizon's chief habitat engineer. She's all grit, spite, and percussive maintenance tactics.
I think you're full of it. There's no way a whole clutch of Lumaelons just decided to all hatch at once. That's not biology. That's a floating, glowing, jellyfish flash mob. What did you do?
Kale was perched with classic Ska'ari grace. His bright lavender eyes gleamed in amusement, making his glowing feathers flicker in hues. With his head tilting and with mock defense, replied,
That's exactly what happened. They pulsed in unison and breached the surface. One even floated up to graze my crest. Yes, it tickled. The word you are looking for is majestic, not that glow jelly nonsense.
That made Lena snort into her coffee, nearly spilling it.
Majestic? That's just gross.
The doors slid open. Ress stepped out onto the patio like a myth politely making itself known. Towering, armored, and a great chef. Ress is commander of the Droxy Defense Battalion at the Southern Presidio. He carries a tray of grilled reef steak, glazed roots, crisp filament fungi, and a bowl of chutney jelly.
You two are going to ruin my chutney with this talk of glowing jellies.
It's the biggest Lumaelon habitat in the Alliance, so it's bound to get weird. Besides, it's your cooking that's the star here.
Absolutely. Besides, I'm sure the Lumaelons would lack flavor.
The conversation continued as they ate and laughed. They'd done this 100 times before, it was practically a ritual. The engineer, the pilot, and the wall. They weren't colony command brass, but they were the fixers. They were here to help launch the new colony and to help build the new capital. Around them, Horizon continued to move. Manatrams whispered down bioglass rails. Market calls drifted up from terraced balconies. Alien languages overlapped like instruments in a symphony. Once done, Kale dabs his beak and rises. He adjusted the harness of his flight suit, causing his bioluminescent feathers to flutter in the breeze.
Thanks for dinner, but I need to go and complete my pre-flights. We are heading into the inner asteroid belt tonight, as there have been signal disruptions with Relay Station 7. Something's off, and Command wants us to get answers.
That sector's magnetosphere is unstable. It could just be interference.
Could just be a bored tech hacking the beacon for fun. Do you want some backup?
If I require assistance with a relay station, I will light a distress flare with my shame.
Kale offered a nod of thanks, then activated his grav thrusters. His boots hummed, his wings flared out, and he flew off into the sky. They leaned back, watching the gleam of Kale's ascent fade into the night. Horizon sparkled below, warm and alive. Like someone had stitched lanterns into the cliff face. Gardens climbed. Windows flickered. And somewhere, down in the caves, Lumaelons pulsed gently in the dark. Lena and Ress sat on the patio for a while, hearing the din of the city. Nearby, she heard children laughing. A perimeter drone chirped. A Droxy chant rose up on the air. This was home. Above them, the sky cracked open to reveal the stars. Horizon lies unaware, but in the asteroid belt, something waits. Inner asteroid belt. Patrol Sigma. From the flight logs of Wing Commander Kale Valani. The inner asteroid belt was still. At first, it had been peaceful. The inner belt always gave Kale a kind of meditative calm. The stones tumbling like forgotten gods, frozen shards of time drifting in celestial stillness. A place where gravity whispered instead of roared. But now, something about the rhythm had fractured. Kale's interceptor sliced through the haze, its sapphire flight lights diffused by glittering mineral dust. The squadron followed in diamond formation, tight, fluid, instinctive. Each pilot linked into the empathic net, sharing subtle pulses of intent, trust, and sensory echo. That sent a bored ripple across the net.
Nothing but rocks and radiation out here tonight.
No fauna signatures. No plasma trails. The Lumaelons don't seem to be around.
Kale murmured for the log, feathers bristling and subconsciously dimming. Lyrian's wry and grounded voice joined in.
It's not quiet, it's empty. The relay should be pinging, but it's dark.
They slowed their approach as the relay rotated into view. Relay Station 7 was nestled on the dark side of a jagged asteroid, braced like a metallic barnacle against stone. Its solar fins stowed in the beacon dark. Not even a standby pulse.
Kale, there's a cold data drift on the station hull. Residuals match an EMP.
Kale's pulse quickened at the implication. He felt the others lock in, their senses heightened and unsure about the situation. They circled slowly without drawing any closer. It felt like something was watching. Systems scream. Comms, sensors, navigation. We switch to visual. The net burns with shock, as red plasma suddenly tears past Kale's wing. Relay 7 explodes in fire and metal, the shockwave rattling their cockpits. Something moved in the dark.
Contact. Bearing 221. Closing fast.
Out of the asteroids emerged a black, jagged, hulking ship cloaked in refraction shadow. Its course snapped into an offensive vector. A predator that had been laying in wait, until now.
Everyone scatter.
The Ska'ari squadron erupted, each in a different direction. Kale arced behind a tumbling asteroid, then reversed hard into a tight spiral. Rel and Nass streaked in opposite vectors, drawing fire. Lyrian cut through debris in a fast spiral, banking hard into a low arc. Rel was the first to get a line on it.
Target shields fluctuating. Firing solution online.
The enemy ship hauled into motion. Its cannons ignited in deep crimson, hurling plasma bolts like a wrath-made manifest. A crimson bolt tore through Thas's stabilizers, causing his ship to spin out and crash onto an asteroid. He was gone. Like a severed nerve. No scream. Just a sudden brutal absence. Kale's heart lurched, rage blooming within him. Lyrian immediately dove into an attack and Rel laid suppression fire. Kale locks a torpedo on a plasma vent, the net amplifying Rel's aim and Lyrian's precision. Torpedoes strike and flames spewed out. The corvette twisted, shields were forming around its pulsing hull. Kale focused on firing, maneuvering, dodging and surviving. He dodges a plasma burst and shields Lyrian's flank. The net burns with Rel's focus, with Lyrian's pain and with Kale's fury. Kale climbed in using thrusters to rotate his ship 180 degrees. He got a torpedo to lock on the flickering plasma vent. Quickly marking the location, he pushed the target to Lyrian and Rel.
Focus marker is set. Fire.
The torpedo struck. Shockwaves rippled across the enemy hull. Black plating blistered and the vent ruptured into violet fire. The ship convulsed, its core igniting, and its hull collapsing in like dying wings. Silence finally returned and Kale exhaled, releasing the breath he'd been holding. Vass was gone, but there would be time to grieve later. They forced their way through the blackout zone, systems shredded, and static filled the cockpit. There was no ping and no return code. There were no signals. Kale's mind raced and the net echoed his building dread. An EMP blast, a cloaked ship, a blackout. This is a feint. His eyes lock on Horizon's glow.
They lured us out here. The relay was bait. Horizon's the target. Lyrian, prep a burst transmission. Every log. All data. Recordings, analysis, all of it. Send to all Alliance command bands. Priority Alpha 1.
Packet is ready.
Send it.
A pulse of data leapt into the void, screaming toward any receiver that could detect it. Kale's eyes hardened.
Thrusters. We're going back.
Thrusters ignited and 3 battered interceptors raced back for atmosphere. Back at Horizon, 6 Black Earth ships now crept into low orbit. With no fleet and no orbital defenses yet, Horizon is vulnerable. Jamming frequencies, shutting down both the small fleet and the hacked infrastructure of the planet below. The Kurth made short work of the few Alliance defenders in orbit. But why? What do they want? The sky above Horizon had cracked. And no one on the surface knew it yet.